Well guys, welcome back to Soulmates with Elle. In today's video, I'm gonna be putting you guys through some few things that you must not marry until you have done them. As in, when you want to marry, make sure you have done or worked on these things before you finally say I do. So welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and let's dive right into this. So in the first point, you're supposed to make sure that you stop giving people the impression that they are too important. Now, there are most times when you are a married couple that you will not be finding the kind of attention or the kind of validation that you need from your spouse. And if you keep seeking and asking after it, it will come across as you being clingy, or you being needy. So before you say I do, or before you marry, you must make sure you work on that so that you don't make people have this impression that they are too important, that if a guy is not talking to you, he must talk to you, or if he's not talking to you, you must get that word out of his mouth. No, sometimes there are also some people that just need space in marriage. Whether you're a man or a woman, you'll just feel at some point that you need space. So if you need this space, and if your respective other need this space, and you make them feel that they are more important than you, you'll be feeling as if they're ignoring you. You don't know that they just need space, literally, to process things. Another point, you need to heal from your emotional trauma. Now, there are some people who carry their emotional baggage and emotional trauma into marriage, and I will tell you free of charge that is not a walk in the park. The moment you carry your emotional baggage, your emotional trauma, and use it to enter marriage, it will be making you to feel that maybe if you have a successful marriage or you have a peaceful home, you'll be feeling that that peace is not peaceful enough, or you'll be feeling that there's something wrong. Like this a day here, I was going through some things online, and I saw a point where somebody said how what made me feel like my normal peaceful marriage was not normal. Okay, now let me paint a picture for you. If you're used to them slapping you all the time, and after that they'll come and pet you, maybe some people will pet you with sex. There are some couples that I know that anytime they fight, they'll just have sex and everything ends there. Not me. You not come and have sex. In fact, if you fight me, just be sure that that sex has been suspended for a very long time until further notice. But if you are somebody that has been attracting people who are so bad, they like fighting, they beat you, they carry you, they buy you gift, they beat you, they buy you a Benz, they beat you, they carry you for shopping, they beat you, they buy you flowers, they beat you, they literally have sex with you, and everything is dying there, like the matter has died. No. So you must make sure you heal from emotional baggage to make sure that you make your marital life easy. Another point is heal from your childhood trauma. Now, there are some people who their parents never loved them, or maybe it's all in their head. Maybe they grew up with parents who were strict. And for instance, I have a sibling who, my dad was a very strict man, but for some reason this sibling was hyperactive, and he always found himself in one problem or another. And he grew up to say one day that my dad did not like him. And then all of us are like looking at him. What do you mean? What do you mean he did not like you? Didn't we grow up together? If they are buying things, they are buying for everybody. If they are buying food, they are buying for everybody. If they are paying school fees, it's for everybody. If his uniform is for everybody. And if everybody makes a mistake, they used to flog us. They used to beat us very, very well. So when you have not healed from a childhood trauma, you might just be magnifying things. When you feel unsafe and insecure, even in a safe space, you still be able to see insecurity and unsafety. I don't know if you're getting the point, but you have to try and heal so that nobody hates you, nobody was frustrated, nobody wants you dead. Actually, they were just trying to teach you something. And this particular sibling of mine is somebody that he was always very hyperactive, and that means he always found himself in problems. Those kids that if he holds a plate, that plate must break. If he holds a cup, the cup must die. If he holds a flask, that flask, you have seen the end of it. Those kind of kids. And of course, back in the days, those were big things. It's not like now. In fact, it's until I got married that I knew you can actually break a cup and go scot-free, because maybe you're washing plates, a plate slips from your hand and it falls, and you're like, what? My husband will shout. And when he comes back, he doesn't shout. It's just like, it can happen to anyone. And there's a day my son dropped my phone, the last phone I was using before I bought this one, a Samsung Galaxy. And when I told my husband that, babe, my son broke my phone, I thought he would shout. He did not shout. He just said it can happen to anybody, even though the phone was very expensive. So I'm just saying that if you did not heal from your childhood trauma, you'll be blowing things and matters out of proportion, even things you're not supposed to blow out of proportion. So you have to ensure you heal from that. Another thing is heal from your ex. The reason why you should heal from your ex is that if you keep your ex in your mind, you might find that it's really affecting your marriage. Maybe you'll be comparing your ex to your current husband, or maybe you'll be seeing the things that your ex was good at that your current husband is not good at, and you'll be making you to die emotionally. It will be making you to disconnect. And the thing is that marriage, people have different deal breakers. For instance, personally, my deal breaker in marriage would be a man beater, a husband that beats me, because I believe you met me when I was a grown up and you don't have to beat me. If you feel that we have had enough of ourselves, we can just settle it amicably and be like, as it is right now, I feel this and this and this is the problem, and I cannot forgive this and this. So can we just like separate and think about our lives? If it's something we can sort out under separation, we'll sort it out and get back together. Or can we as well go ahead and divorce? By the moment you start fighting, it's become a problem. So if you did not heal from your ex, maybe you had an ex who used to batter you. Even if you marry a good husband, you'll be thinking that the next thing, if you people are disagreeing, because disagreement in marriage is very normal, you just be fearing and thinking that the next thing is going to slap you, even when the person slapping you has not crossed the person's mind. I will go and bring it. Another thing, heal from your past bad experiences. Now, this is more or less the same, but maybe you have some other past bad experiences, not actually an ex, maybe in your life, growing up, childhood, the way you people grew up. Some people even suffer in the hands of their teachers, their cousins, their uncles, their relations. Some people have been raped when they were small, and maybe some of these people that do these things, they know you very well, they know your parents. Some of them are your big uncles that you people respect a lot. Some of them are your big cousins that you people respect a lot, and if you tell anybody they did it, they will not even believe you. They will just slap you and say you're lying, you're lying. You want to create problems for people. So you have to make sure you heal from your past bad experience as well. Another thing, cry and heal. It's okay to cry. Now, most men, literally, this is for men basically, they have been brought up to believe that a man is always strong, a man is always hard. You're not supposed to cry. Never cry as a man. If you show your tears is weakness. But I am here telling you today that you showing your tears is not a weakness. It's rather a strength. Why? Because if you bottle up emotions, you might end up with blood pressure. You might end up even in a psychiatric home running mad. You might end up with depression as well. And if you cry, you feel, personally, if I have something eating me up, if I cry and let my tears really flow, after that I feel better, I feel lighter, and I feel easier. And I think it applies to everybody. Please comment down below if it doesn't apply to you. But what I am telling you today is that if you have an issue that has been eating you up, cry, and then you calm down, so that your ways can clear, your road can clear, your lenses can clear, you can see road very well. Because if you did not cry, many things will be dragging you behind. You'll be trying to push forward, but it's like something is just dragging you behind. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Ciao, ciao.